I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, take the roll.
Mayor O'Connor.
Here.
Morissette.
Here.
Wakefield.
Here.
Knutson. Here. Kennedy.
Here.
Ruck.
Here.
Hall.
Here.
All right, first thing is up is comments from citizens present. This is your opportunity to comment on anything that is not on tonight's agenda. And if you do have a comment, please come to the podium, identify yourself, give your address. Try to keep your comments brief. Try not to repeat other people's comments. And I think that's about it. So, does anybody have a comment? No. Okay, Ramsey, I see your hand. This is not the time we're going to be talking about the ride share. That's on the agenda, and we'll allow comments when that comes up on the agenda. Okay? Go. Come on up.
Hello, Amanda Jo Hine, 1907 B Riverview Lane, Somerset. I currently am the president of the Hudson Hot Air Fair this year, and on behalf of our entire organization, I want to thank you for your continued support. For 37 years, Hudson Hot Air Fair has been a beloved winter tradition, and much like a Rebel Alliance, we succeed because the strong partnerships and dedicated forces unite around this common mission. Tonight, I want to thank the City Council, the Safety Committee, Police, Fire, EMS, and our incredible Public Works Department. You're truly the guardians of our galaxy when it comes to safety, logistics, and community support. We're abundantly grateful for the entire Hudson and surrounding communities that come to support and play with us. As we look ahead to our 2026 event, 2026 already, coming up, Skywalker's Return to Rock is happening February 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're excited to share a full schedule of events that will make Hudson feel like its own bustling intergalactic hub. With over 37 events spanning our countdown month and to the full festival weekend, there's truly something for every age, every interest, and every member to our community. Our countdown events through January help build momentum. And during the festival weekend, we feature the traditions of that our community loves. The Friday Torchlight Parade, the mass hot air balloon launches, the glowing spectacle of the fire, feel the fire or the moon glow, the marketplace and craft fair, eat, shop, play activities around the city, and of course our wacky winter sport, smoosh boarding, where the teamwork is the ultimate force. We're also thrilled to bring up the ante with our Battle of the Beverage Bites, where local restaurants and bars crafted themed specials that guests can vote on throughout the weekend. It's a fun, creative way to explore downtown, almost like a culinary side quest, and it brings our community together in a whole new way. Who knows, you might even be the one who walks away with a $50 gift card. I want to give a special shout out to the Coalition of Downtown Businesses and Restaurants, along with the Hudson Chamber of Commerce, who continue to step up in big ways. Their enthusiasm, creativity, and willingness to collaborate keep this festival thriving, providing once again that Hudson's small town heart has a big galaxy energy. And since we like to keep things interesting and light and playful at Hudson Hot Air Fair, I'm going to share this new secret that on January 1st, we're probably launching one of the most prestigious community competition, the Name the Porta Potty event, which my business sponsors, so I have a cleaning business. But nothing really says small town fun quite like a chance to give a porta potty personality. As always, I want to emphasize that Hudson Hot Air Fair is 100% volunteer run and 100% community supported. Every parade unit, every balloon glow, every magical moment happens because of the people in this community who continue to show up. Our volunteers are the Jedi of this organization. Quietly, powerful, wholeheartedly committed, and absolutely essential. As we continue to expand, we're seeking additional volunteers. Anyone who wants to join the crew, there's no lightsaber required. You can find more information at thehudsonhotairfair.com. In closing, I just want to thank you again for your partnership and your trust in us as we look forward to creating another safe, joyful, and unforgettable Hudson Hot Air Fair in 2026. May the fun be with you always.
Thanks, Amanda. Any other comments?
Good evening. I'm Patty Kramer. I'm speaking on behalf of the residents on Malibu Drive. We have a beautiful neighborhood, and we really, really appreciate all that you have done listening to us and receiving our information. I know we've been sending a lot of evidence and paperwork on what's going on in our neighborhood. We believe our neighborhood is unlike any other in Hudson. We have only one access point, the 7th Street Railroad Bridge. All 4 of our streets are dead ends. If we have a few cars parked along the street, garbage trucks, delivery vehicles, snowplows, struggle to get through. This has already been documented. If emergency vehicles are delayed, even by seconds, the consequences can be severe. We are now aware of short-term rentals infiltrating our neighborhood and very much appreciate all the attention you've given us for 2 of 3 that we know of. Tonight I'm going to talk about the 3rd property, which is on Sunset Lane. This property currently is a 4-story building on the lake. I have a document from when the property was originally sold by the Prail sisters, and I believe many of the properties over on Lake Malibu were sold by the Prail sisters. I know for a fact that the one I'm living in was sold by the Prail sisters to my in-laws. The document I have, and I did send an email to both the city administrator and the mayor with a copy, and it's really hard to read because it's so old. But the document does say that the Prail sisters intended that property to only be a single-family dwelling. The people that are building on it currently not only have a 4-story building, but we also know that they have an elevator, they have laundry on every floor, they have all kinds of extra adjustments to this building that could house more than a single family. We also know that they have another property in Golden Valley that they have turned into a triplex. We are hopeful that you will consider looking into this and find that our neighborhood is not meant to have short-term rentals at all. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Any other comments?
Hello.
Hello.
Ryan Nelson, 702 Deer Path Road North, Hudson, Wisconsin. We need everybody here.
Ethan Gilmore, 248 4th Street North, Bayport, Minnesota.
Chip Craft, 5715 Peller Avenue, Stillwater.
We are here a part of the border battle tug of war. Just kind of want to just give some more information out just about the process of what we're going through and just to give you guys more information on to just spreading the news. Last year, a group of us from Hudson and Stillwater decided to start doing fundraisers. There's not a lot of stuff where Hudson and Stillwater do things together, definitely on the restaurant bar side. And we decided that we're going to try to do a border battle Packer Viking tug of war. Last year was on the Stillwater Bridge. Great success. Over 200 people tugging. We figure there's roughly 500 people in attendance, bringing thousands of dollars to the community. I think we raised over $4,000 for first responders. And so this year, we just decided that we want to bring it to Hudson, Wisconsin, and we want to do it on the pier right behind you, right there. So we just want to say that we think this is a great opportunity for Hudson to have something unique, something different, something that will back and forth for both communities, helping everyone out. We all live close enough. We all kind of know each other. You don't have to be from Minnesota to tug for the Packers or each way around, but just want to have something very unique and something nice here in the community. Is there, we don't know what we're doing as well, kind of, in the aspect of town hall stuff. But we weren't sure if you had any questions or anything about our process or what you want to know more about the situation.
So at this juncture, this part of the agenda, we cannot
Okay.
interact, I guess, with the people that are speaking.
Well, thank you. You can go to borderbattle.org to sign up. You can go to Gov's Place in North Hudson or Brian's in Stillwater. That's the official sign-up places right now. To sign up, it's $30 for charity. You get a beanie, and you get to tug. The winners, the winners last year were the Packers squad. So St. Croix County, or excuse me, first responders in Hudson got 60% of the money. Stillwater got 40% of the money. So we really think it's a good event and want to have more people know about it and continue its trajectory up north in popularity. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Any other comments? Any other comments? Any other comments? Any other comments? Hearing none, we'll close that portion of the agenda. Consent agenda.
Approve the meeting minutes from the November 17th, 2025 regular council meeting. Approve the claims in the amount of $3,535,836.96. Approve election inspectors for the 2026-2027. Approve the 2026 Common Council meeting schedule. Approve Bomar appraisal assessment contract. Approve the purchase of the DS450 scanner tabulator. Approve the purchase agreement for the new 3,000-gallon water tender from Custom Fire. Approve hot air affair. Approve coldest night of the year. Approve border battle tug of war. Accept Amanda Way Street and utility improvements in the St. Croix Meadows subdivision. Approve final development plans for Discount Tire at 1510 Crestview Drive, Stephen McClearly. Approve the 2028 Hanley Road Trail Improvement Request for proposal for preliminary and final design services. And approve the 2027 Locust Street Reconstruction Request for proposal for final design services.
Move to approve?
Second.
Got a motion second to approve. Discussion? Oh, I'm sorry. Roll call.
Morissette,
Yes.
Wakefield,
Yes.
Knutson,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Brook,
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Motion's approved. Consent agenda is approved. Resolution 21-25, amending the 2025 budget for Troy Fire purchases.
Good evening, council and mayor. Sam Hossey, finance director. In front of you this evening is a budget amendment as part of the MOU with Troy for fire services. Troy agreed to pay for the upstart cost for the firefighters coming from Troy. So the 2025 amount for that, and I believe there are going to be some additional expenses in 2026, was $47,241. Troy has been billed and they have paid that amount. This is a just amendment to the budget then to have that additional income and the additional expense related to that. I'll note that a 2/3 vote is needed.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. 2026 shared ride taxi operating contract between the City of Hudson and Running Inc. Taking
You
this?
hear me?
Oh, Mike, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously, we have a 5-year contract with Running Inc. for the shared ride taxi service. Excuse me. I don't have a lot to add other than if there are questions, I can answer them. Obviously, staff is recommending approval with monthly reports. I can add that we did do some research into, hold on one second. In the first 3 quarters of the people that use the wheelchair lift service, the seniors with a wheelchair were 781 rides, and disabled with wheelchairs were 972. I'm more than happy to answer any questions, everything else. I mean, we'll go from there.
So just want clarification, Mike. We're talking about the reason it's here is because it's a 5-year contract with
Yep.
annual renewal, right?
Correct.
So that's what we're talking about right now is the annual renewal signing the contract.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody?
Well, are we able to lock in that cost for 5 years? I thought a lot of that depended on what the state was able to provide in terms of how much state funding it's divided under. Many municipalities are applying for that lump sum. Is that correct, Mike?
Yeah, to an extent, yes, but yes.
Yes, what? We're locking in the cost?
Yeah, from the budget, it's in the approved budget, sorry.
For the next year.
Yes, yes.
I was not under the impression that we were guaranteed what it would cost in the future, depending on state funding. Grant money.
There are options for us to look at, I think, moving forward with the agency fee. I think being the biggest one, which is the Medicare, Medicaid payments. That's just a simple vote by the council to increase if we want to. We can also do, we can also look at rate increases, which Runnings has suggested that we do next year. Every 2 years, we should look at doing that. And I think that's what we should do. I think, so the rate increases require a public hearing and a public meeting and a vote. We can do that as well. I don't know that that would increase the revenue, but it is a lever that we can utilize to keep the costs down. But I think it's been a valuable service. Our ridership continues to increase. Unique ridership, not something that we track, but something that our provider has stated has been relatively increasing over the last 2 years, because this isn't a relatively new service, right? So I think we can explore all these options over the next year on a monthly basis, but it's been servicing close to 80% of our senior and disabled population.
I'm prepared to bring forward a motion, but I just didn't know if we wanted to.
We will, once
Okay.
you get the motion on.
All right. Move to approve the execution and monthly reports from staff.
I'll second.
All right, we have motion and second. Before we get into discussion here among council members, I know that there are a lot of people that are here, almost everybody except for maybe the 3 guys up front and Jack. That are here for this issue. And I'm sure that there are a number of you that would like to speak on the issue. So if you, again, try to keep your comments brief, try not to repeat other people's comments. If you do have a comment, please step up to the podium, state your name and address, and again, try to keep your comments brief, try not to repeat other people's comments. Ramsey, we're going to get a microphone back to you, okay? Sure. Yep.
Go.
Yes, please.
Good evening. My name is Peg Scott. I'm a resident of Hudson, 624 4th Street. I'm also a member of the Autism Support Group of St. Croix Valley, a disability advocate, and a grandmother to 8 grandchildren, one who happens to be on the autism spectrum. I know firsthand the value of a rideshare program and what it means to so many residents of Hudson. I also know my daughter's hopes and dreams for her daughter to live a dignified and independent life as much as she is able. Knowing that most likely her daughter will not drive for several reasons, cost of insurance, car payments, and if she will be able to understand the road safely enough for herself and for others. But one thing my daughter does know is that her daughter will work one day. That is, if she is able to get to and from work. By removing the ride share, it's a vital part of any community. The elderly and the people with disabilities, we live here. We want to work. We want to be as independent as possible. We want to have quality of life. A rideshare program is a must. We can't have a well, healthy society without being able to take care of everyone that is in the society as best as we are able to. I know everything has a cost, but certainly if River Falls and New Richmond could figure it out, we certainly should be able to. I know that Brad and Ramsey and so many others in the disability community have fought hard for this on our behalf. And to have it here and then possibly be taken away is one more hardship that the disability community faces. So I ask, when you consider finding the funds and being able to work this out, that you consider the people in the disability community and how hard our life is. And I ask that you don't be a part of the hardship, but you be part of the solution for us. We're all vital parts of the Hudson community here. We all want to work. I heard a story from one of the gentlemen here who loves April 15th because he gets to pay taxes, because he gets to work, because he has means to get there. So I ask that you please would consider this when you're looking at the budget. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Ramsey, a lifelong resident of Hudson, and I'm here today to voice my overwhelming support for the Hudson public transit system because I was talking with some people and they said it's a crucial part of their life, and I was talking with one driver, and they said they did 47 rides just in one day alone, and when I was on this beautiful taxi service one day, we picked up somebody from Festival Foods, and they were able to get to work, and this service greatly improves the dignity and quality of life for people because it helps them get to church. It helps them get to their day-to-day appointments. I know one lady that said without it, she would have to use her wheelchair on the streets, and that wouldn't be safe at all. So, while I understand costs are tight, I would encourage the city of Hudson to keep the service and also keep it affordable, because when I was in Whitewater and Runnings also has the contract for Whitewater, but it was $2 a ride of accessible, affordable transportation is critical for the future of this great community. In conclusion, I would ask this council to approve this wonderful service, because there's a need out there, and our population is getting older every day and wiser every day. So God bless Hudson, God bless Wisconsin, and God bless the United States of America.
Amen. Thanks, Ramsey.
Yes, please. Hi, my name is Benjamin Lux from Hudson, Wisconsin. I just moved here not that long ago, and I just wanted to say about taxi is a really big benefit to me personally, because I cannot drive, and it helps me get to appointments, get to church, grocery shopping, all that, especially in the winter when the sidewalks need to be clear. So, thank you for your time, and yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Any other comments?
My name is Heidi Fett, resident of Hudson, representing the Hudson Area Senior Center. Thank you for hearing us tonight. Public transportation is not just a service, it's a lifeline. For our seniors and residents with disabilities, it's the difference between isolation and connection, between missing a doctor's appointment and staying healthy, between feeling forgotten and remaining part of the community that they helped to build. Without transportation, people are left behind, cut off from grocery stores, friendships, essential care, and the dignity of independence. We are not asking for convenience, we are asking for compassion and fairness. Please continue funding public transportation. Our community depends on it. The people who built this city deserve to stay connected to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments?
Hi, thank you for the opportunity to speak here tonight. My name is Kristen Newton. I'm here to representing our Aging and Disability Resource Center of St. Croix County. I want to begin by sincerely thanking you for your partnership over the past year. Your support has made a meaningful difference for older adults and individuals with disabilities in the city of Hudson. Hudson's population consists of about 17% who are age 65 and older, with even more individuals in the ages of 60 to 64 who are approaching a time when they may reduce or stop driving. Countywide, 23% of residents are now age 60 and older, and this number is projected to increase significantly in the coming years. Combined with Hudson's large number of independent senior housing communities, most of which do not offer transportation, we are seeing a growing gap in access to essential services. As part of the Aging and Disability Resource Center's aging plan, we surveyed the community, and transportation was identified as the most significant unmet need. This aligns with what we hear every week from riders who express how thankful they are for Hudson Transit and how essential this service is to their independence and well-being. While the ADRC is committed to doing everything we cannot meet the transportation needs of this community on our own. Our service hours and capacity leave gaps that we simply cannot fill with our existing resources. That is why the Hudson Public Transit has been such a valuable partner, offering during times when ADRC vehicles are not in service and providing essential access that otherwise would not be available to many older adults and individuals with disabilities. Given the growing aging population, the shortage of transportation within senior housing, and the community's clear feedback, it is crucial that accessible transportation remains a priority in Hudson's planning and decision-making. Together, we can ensure that Hudson remains a community where no one is limited by age, disability, or lack of transportation. Thank you for your time, your commitment, and your continued partnership.
Thank you. Any other comments? Any other comments? Any other comments? Any other comments? All right. Council?
Well, I have some comments, thank you. I have spoken about the shared ride transit a number of times, including when the program was first voted in. And my number one concern at the time was that it was a brand new program, a brand new service that the city was standing up, if you will, beginning from scratch with one-time funding, one-time grant funding, well, 2 years worth that came to us through American Recovery Act that was spent. And of course, part of the payment or the covering the cost of it is not just the $181,000, as we all know, but hopefully the public knows too that a significant amount comes from other grant money from the state, which that's what I was referencing earlier about a certain pool of money that the state has to divide up. And if more and more communities start these transit systems, there may be less money coming to us. And that, in fact, has happened. And the share that we're responsible for is 40% higher this year than it was last year. That's just a number off my head. I think it was around 130,000 before. And that, of course, was covered by the funds from that one-time grant. So I think in general, as public policy in a small town like Hudson is, to start a new program that requires ongoing, it's not like, let's say, building the splash pad, or we bought some technology equipment with those ARPA funds, is what the term is for them, that funding. Those were one-time purchases that have a lifespan and utilization, whereas a program like this requires ongoing support. Our own staff has done quite a bit. I do thank Community Development Director Mike Johnson for his work and his staff's work in working with running and helping get the program going and maintaining the sort of oversight of it. So I do appreciate that that takes staff input. So that's been a concern from the beginning. The funding of it now does fall on our budget for the first time, and that's where my concern comes in. Of course, the council already voted to spend that, so this is a formality tonight to sign the contract, but I still want to address why I have been concerned about it. And like I said jokingly, I feel like the Grinch that stole Christmas because I'm the only one that speaks about this. It's not that I don't care about the people that are here and the people that have the need. I recognize the need. I absolutely do. And that people rely on this service. I'm not sure that we're the government entity that should be providing it, because I do feel like our funding of it shorts other services that we are needing to provide to the community through our public works, our public safety departments. Those are really are sort of mandated core responsibilities. To the question of, because that's been brought up before, well, how can these other towns in our area provide it? Just forgive me for a moment, I'm going to talk about shared revenue, which the shared revenue is a very complicated formula, but basically the residents of Hudson send our state income tax and also the sales tax dollars that are collected in the city of Hudson all go to the state. State of Wisconsin then decides how to divvy that up and how to send it back. Of course, those who follow the school system issues here in town right now realize that's a separate formula, very complicated also for the school shared revenue. But a very sort of archaic formula has been developed over the years, and you can imagine that Hudson, we're considered quite prosperous. I'm sure a fair number of higher income people who are contributing in the income tax, but our sales tax that is collected in Hudson is very significant that goes to the state. But then there's certain guidelines, and I'm just going to share two communities with you. The city of River Falls, so the city of Hudson gets $604,000, almost $605,000 back from the state in shared revenue. And based on our population, that would be $39 a person. So for all the tax dollars that we send, we're getting $39 a person. The city of River Falls receives back from the state $2,676,000. So that breaks down per population $150. So they're really getting 4 times as much money back from the state. Now, this doesn't account for how much we send versus what they send. I'm sure our sales tax is quite significant in Hudson. And that brings me to my final point, is that the county does receive the benefit of sales tax that's collected in Hudson because there's a 0.5% sales tax collected in St. Croix County that goes to the county. And rough figures, I've heard from reliable sources, that the city of Hudson probably provides $3 to $4 million a year to the county, based on sales tax collected within our city limits. I feel that we already have a structure, an excellent and well-staffed structure with the ADRC. And thank you for representing and being here tonight, the St. Croix County, that I wish that the county would expand their services. Again, we're already sending quite a bit of money from Hudson to the county, and they already have somewhat of a network in place. And so that would be my preference, is that they would expand that service to help the residents of Hudson more, because we are definitely, there's a lot of funding that goes from the city of Hudson to the county, and those of us also realize that we have our own police department, yet we pay the same amount for the sheriff as any other resident that lives out in the county. So City of Hudson really gives a lot of money towards the county, and I wish that that would be the direction that this project would go. And that's the reason I did not support it in the budget, and I'm not supporting the contract. And again, I feel like the Grinch. I appreciate the people that are here tonight and spoke their piece, and I do understand your need. And thank you for coming out on a cold night. I appreciate the need for the service, but I think we're funding it incorrectly. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thanks, Joy. Anybody else?
I'd like to address one of the points that Joy made. My understanding is that the county cannot run a municipal transportation service. They can only run run services in between cities, not within a city.
Okay, thank you. I did not know that, Joyce. One thing as a reminder also, because we're getting this grant money from federal and state, that we are required to provide service to residents that are within a 5-mile border. So some of our most frequent, we don't know this, but some of our most frequent riders might actually not even live in the city, because again, we're required to provide that wider range. And again, thanks for that input on the side there, Joyce. I appreciate that. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. But the people who are, if they have a ride from outside of the city, they have to either start within the city or outside of the city. So
Right.
somebody in the city is probably benefiting from that ride. As the people have pointed out with the public comments, it's really an essential benefit to the residents who need it. And I think we're going to have to figure out how to dig deep in order to keep this service going.
I concur, and when we look at our budget overall, I mean, we're talking less than half of a percentage point, and trying to figure out who's going to pay for it, who should do what. It doesn't seem like we want to have, while we're trying to figure that all out, to not have services for people that really need it and who are involved and engaged in our community. And as I've said before, the budget is a reflection of your morals and your values, and I full-heartedly support this.
We're going around the row here. My turn. I too support it. To me, I've kind of divided, again, some of this is, we had the same conversation a year and a half ago, kind of divided into two different topics. Is this something that represents us as a city? And then how we pay for it? I've just, I personally think it's a benefit that we owe our citizens, and we have made the tough decision to pull the trigger on it, and I stand behind that. So that's set. So now how do we pay for it? I appreciate, Joy, you always have a lot more background than some of us have as far as the state and county. That's very helpful. But again, if we were to try to tinker with that, it would rest on not our desks or our shoulders, but the people who are using the system. And like you, Sarah, I don't know if we hold that up until we get a perfect system. There may not be a perfect system for that. I did have a great conversation with Mike Johnson about signing this contract, keeping the program rolling. But what can we do as council people to find a better way to pay for it, a different way? And we talked about raising the cost. It's very, we always talk about providing accessibility, but affordability is part of it, but it was never supposed to be the cheapest thing in the world. If there's some balance that the riders, as our coffee, our cheeseburgers, our whatever, everything's going up in cost, that ride might need to cost a little bit more. And we also talked about the concept that, some of these retail places that are the, Festival Foods, I'll use them because I see their vans there. Maybe some sort of community sponsorship with some of the businesses that benefit from having this. When they come here and look for building permits, they say, we want to be part of the community. Possibly there'd be a partnership with that, and maybe some of the private senior living centers that their residents use this service also. Perhaps there's a way that they could help the bottom line of running this for the city of Hudson. So I think we have some more homework to do on it, but again, I think it's not I've separated the two, and I'm for keeping this, signing the contract, and then doing some more homework on how we can better afford this going forward.
Not going to repeat everything, but I agree. I'm 100% for this. When it says roughly 181,000, if it was 130 last year and it's 181 potential, my concern is, what if it ends up being 220,000? Do we have a little secret fund that we're going to be able to, you know what I mean? If it does go up like it did the previous year, what do we have in place for that in case?
I think that's a great question, Lynn and Mike. And that goes back to the levers that we push, right, or we pull on, whether it's agency fee or rates or potential for advertising. I think there's opportunity there to keep us relatively neutral, I hope. But again, we've got, a year and a half of data, or two, almost 2 years. And I think we go from there. But I'm confident that we can do some things. And again, it's a policy decision in terms of whether or not you want to increase fares or agency fees, or look at other options, or go to the county, or do whatever. But I think there are options to keep it relatively neutral. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, I think I think the biggest thing we can do is to continuously review it monthly.
And Councilperson Kennedy, I agree that we have to be creative too and do some homework of how we can assist in the funding or to better fund or more efficiently fund this. I also was thinking that when some things new and as word gets out, the ridership went up significantly, and it might level off now more so in that it's become kind of where it's at right now. So I'm in full support, and I think we need to do our due diligence to find ways to fund it.
All right, so I think, and this is just for the benefit of everybody here in the audience and anybody that might be watching. You can tell, everybody here thinks that this is a valuable service. We all want this service to continue. What you haven't heard here tonight, and I want to try to put this into perspective, is why aren't we raising taxes if we all believe in this program? And the problem is that we're at levy limits right now, and we have taxed to the legal limit just to pay for our operational expenses for 2026. We were very fortunate with some things that happened just before we voted on our budget. The most important probably piece was that our healthcare costs, as you know, healthcare costs are skyrocketing everywhere. And ours came in with an increase of what, 3.6%, which is
3.4, isn't it?
3.4, 3.6,
3.5.
Yeah. But it came in at significantly less than half of what we were projecting. And if the healthcare costs had been higher, significantly higher, if they had been what we projected, and even an 8%, I think is what we were projecting, and even an 8% increase is significantly less than what most communities and people in general are experiencing for healthcare costs, for insurance costs. This would be perhaps a different discussion, and it would have been a different discussion going into the finalization of our budget, because at that point, something would have had to give. We would have had to cut something. And we're running pretty lean right now as a city. This is the first time since I've been here, since 2016, that we've been at levy limits. I think we were at levy limits back in like maybe 2011, 2012, something like that. We worked our way out of that pretty well, but right now, and here's, again, for perspective, we don't see our financial constraints easing in the next 2 to 3 budget cycles. And that's going to create a problem. So what you're hearing here is everybody that wants this program, that believes that the money that we're spending is of value to everyone here in the community. All right? So we're trying to be creative right now. You hear that word a lot in the discussion tonight. People are looking for creative ways to be able to fund this program well into the future. I think I can say this without repeating something that hasn't been brought up publicly, but we're looking at petitioning the state legislature even to try to get a citywide sales tax. Again, Joy pointed this out. A lot of people believe that sales tax is paid to the local community. It's not. We don't get any benefit from that sales tax whatsoever. It is not coming back to the city, except through the shared revenue that Joy talked about that the state gives us. But again, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the revenue that's actually generated here in the city of Hudson. So that's what we're working through right now, and I hope everybody understands that. And I think it's quite clear that everybody here supports this program. And I hope you'll bear with us over the course of the next budget cycle in particular as we try to figure this all out. Okay? I guess to repeat, there are a number of us that have worked on trying to get this program up and running for many, many years, and we're happy that we have it, and we're going to try to do everything we can to keep it. All right? So, anybody else? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion's approved. Department heads. This is our portion where we have department head reports. I don't know if everybody wants to sit through this. You're more than welcome to. Yeah, great to see you guys. Good luck with the poll. Go Hudson.
Poor Kip. Nobody's going to stick around and see his report.
I know.
Boring Kip.
Ouch. You gotta talk about
Yeah.
It's kind of an ego
You
killer.
could clear a
isn't it?
room out pretty good there, Kip.
Ruckus, there's a ruckus.
I'll clap at the end of yours, okay?
Yep.
All right, good evening, everybody. Kip Peters, Utility Director. Just on my December 2025 utility update, we put in the finishing touches on the Service Center addition. You can see the sign was installed. Generator was installed and should be operational in the next few weeks. Paint touch-ups, parks, or the striping was completed. Also in my report, we did turn in 497 delinquent accounts to the tax roll for utility bills this year. Our total unpaid bills equaled $286,596.19 is what we turned into the county to put on the tax roll. I did send all of you consolidation, the acquisition documents. Hopefully you've had a little chance to review those.
You know, hang on, Kip. Excuse me, can we take the conversations out in the hallway, please, and then try to keep them quiet or close the door?
Okay, so I did send out the acquisition documents. Hopefully you've had a chance to take a look at those. If you do have any questions on them, feel free to email me, give me a call, something along that line. In my packet, I said that the PUC will actually be reviewing these and hopefully sending these to you tomorrow at our PUC meeting. On my sheet, I said that it will be the January 5th council meeting. That has changed now that there is a December 15th meeting. So you'll be seeing the packet and all that kind of stuff at our next meeting. So hopefully we can work through that and move on. So, and then the last thing I had is I do have one staff member that has resigned. So after the January 1st, we will be advertising for a staff member in the water department. So. That's all I had. Any questions?
Quick question for you with that. The delinquent amount that
Yeah.
you shared, is that on par with most years, or was that?
It's close.
It's close?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
All right, Kip,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Clerk's report.
December 1st was the first day for the 3 seats to start circulating nomination papers. Those are due back to the office by January 6th. We are preparing lovely dog tags again to go in the utility bills. We are getting ready now that we have the election inspector list. We're getting ready for starting some training with them now that they're approved. And myself I've been working with the police department and the state agents on some of our tobacco licensing locations. And that's about it. The February's, we don't know yet, but we're getting a new machine by the sounds of it. So we'll be working with that and getting ready for a spring primary if it's needed.
All right. Any questions? Thanks, Becky. We're going to let Brent off the hook here tonight so that he doesn't have to talk more than he needs to. So next up is Mike.
Good evening, everyone. So, going through the issue sheet that I put together, Parks still working on putting together the RFP for the Buckeye Garage demo of the old well house. Things are going to be a little quieter over the next couple of weeks without any meetings to prepare for, so I'll start working on that and probably have something submitted to contractors after the holiday season. So look forward to getting that back, committee level, and then at Finance and Council for approval. The facility, gave a brief update at Public Works Committee. It's coming along great. All the interior improvements are set to be finished over the next couple of weeks before the holiday break. And then the exterior improvements will finish up probably in full by April or early May. So the crew is getting excited. A lot of energy as far as wanting to move in there, where things are going to go, so on and so forth. So it's good to hear from the staff that they appreciate the investment that the city's made. And like I said, they're super excited to get in there and operate. On a personal level, been working hard on employee evaluations. Put those together last week, went through all of them today, 12 evaluations this morning and this afternoon, so I'm pretty much done talking for the day. And then lastly, that I just want to mention is, for the public that's watching this, and I might do an article in the paper, is just a reminder of the snow emergency ordinance that we have on the books. If the city does call a snow emergency, all cars are required to be off the street until the street is plowed curb to curb. You can get that information on when the city calls a snow emergency, either going to our website, signing up for notifications, so on and so forth. I know I've been talking to Chief as far as I was out helping plow over this last couple of falls and noticed a lot of cars parked on the street, and just make things hard for our staff to be efficient, to be quicker when you're having to go around cars a lot, and just tight situations where we can't even get down some streets. So just a reminder to the public to adhere to that ordinance as best as you can. If you do need a snowplow exemption because you don't have any off-street parking options, you can reach out to my office. So that's all I got for you tonight. Any questions?
I have a question. I'm sorry to bug you about it again. Waste management.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have them coming back to update us on their service? I've received some additional issues. And Mike, I know you're aware of it, so.
Yeah, we do. Yep. So we do not have them coming back for anything. If you think it's prudent to have them come back, I can certainly have them give us an update on the green team and have them back in and answer any questions you might have.
I think it might be a good idea.
Okay.
I'm not looking to sit there and bash them, but let's get an update of where they're at.
Yeah.
Because they're clearly skipping some neighborhoods, at least in District 1. I don't know the rest of you if you've got any complaints.
Yeah. No, I can certainly reach out to Tim and invite him back after the holiday season and answer any questions you might have. And like I said, just give us an update on their staffing levels and their hiring process and how things are going.
Thanks.
All right, will do, Randy.
Anybody else? All right, thanks, Mike. All right, once again, we'll do communications before we go into closed session. Anybody have anything? I don't have anything. No? Okay. All right, closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute section 19.85 sub 1 sub G, conferring legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, 767 Malibu Drive, and closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes section 19.85 sub 1 sub G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, 811 Malibu Drive.
Move to go into closed session.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go into closed session. Roll call.
Morissette?
That's you, Randy.
Randy? Wakefield?
Yes.
Knutson?
Yes.
Kennedy?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Hall?
Yes.
All right, motion's approved. We're now in closed session. Step across the hall. In open session, you have a motion?
Move to proceed as discussed with enforcement on 767 Malibu Drive.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's approved. We stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody.